Yes, we're into the last quarter here on the Sports Show now. I touched on it at the start of the show. I know I wanted, because you're a cricketer, mate. You've represented us at the highest level here in South Australia. Cameron Bancroft, 28 years old, so this is 3 years ago now. Gee, I nearly can't believe it's 3 years ago. Allegedly, he made a comment in an interview he was doing with the Guardian newspaper, and he said the Australian side bowlers were aware of the ball tampering plot in Cape Town. Now, Josh Hazlewood came out at the time, flatly denied that.
Yeah.
Now we know that Bancroft got suspended for 9 months. Yeah. Smith and Warner got 12 months, and they were the only ones that knew about this ball tampering. Now there's a can of worms that have been opened. Yeah. The Australian Cricket Integrity Unit have reached out to Bancroft and said, if you've got any more information, we'd like to hear it.
Yeah.
Mate, in your experience in cricket, would have the other bowlers known there was something going on with the ball?
When this first happened, when this first came to light, my first reaction was, how could the bowlers not know
because
that the ball has changed?
Because?
Well, because, mate, they are the last ones to get the ball in their hand.
So they're handling it.
So they've just delivered a ball. It comes back to them after Bancroft has done his little, with the sandpaper.
Right.
Throw it back to the bowler. First thing the bowler does, you watch.
Looks at the ball.
Looks at the ball. Gives it a bit of a shine. So don't tell me, and look, they may be innocent, but it's hard to give
believe
them that.
They didn't.
Well,
there's an element of doubt.
Because, mate, they look at the ball, because they now need to know which is the shiny side, which is the whatever side.
Yeah.
So they can either reverse swing or they can bowl the outie or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
So they are really on the ball.
Makes sense.
So I'm just saying here, mate, if I come in and I bowl a ball, and it goes through to Payne, and Payne takes the ball, and he throws it out there, and then they hoist it to Bancroft in the covers.
Yeah.
And then it's hoisted back to me, and nothing happened with that ball except it hit the pitch and went through to the keeper.
Yep.
Batter didn't whack it anywhere or whatever. That ball's different.
Yep.
When it comes back to the bowler, it's a different ball because he's given it a little bit of a rub with the sandpaper. So when you get back to your mark, you go, oh, okay, oh, hang on. Oh, right, I'm going to change that. Now I'm going to come the other way.
Yeah.
So they do look at the ball. And mate, please don't tell me that you can't notice the difference if sandpaper's being used on the ball.
Well, that was going to be my question. Could they think for a moment that the pitch was doing it, the rough's doing it? You go, yeah, no. Well, you'd know it was something unusual.
Well, because bowlers are so pedantic about the ball.
Well, they have to be. They're paying attention to what you've just gone
right,
through that.
They need to... the ball is thrown to the batsman normally so he can shine the thing. So they give it a real good rub before they get it back to the bowler.
Yep.
Even then, the first thing the bowler does when that ball is hoisted to him is go like that.
Okay.
You watch.
So what are you expecting to come out of it?
I don't think he'll face the integrity. I don't think he'll do it.
Yep.
I think it'll just die. It'll just die. That's what I think will happen, because I don't think Bancroft wants to go there now and go, he knew, and he knew, and he knew. You said earlier, mate, about Payne.
Yep.
That's an interesting
That was
one.
my question off air. I said to you, would Tim Payne have known? And your answer was?
That he takes the ball, delivered by Hazlewood, boom, there it is in his gloves. The first thing he does...
So he's probably not, he couldn't care less.
Well, no, he takes the ball,
moves it on.
Gives it to you.
Yep.
At first slip.
Because I can see people coming out now going, oh, Tim Payne knew, he's an Australian captain. No. So we're defending Tim Payne.
Well, I don't think Payne would have.
No, wouldn't have.
I don't think he would have.
So in his comment, he's only said the bowlers would know. He hasn't named anyone else in the field,
that's
which
right.
goes in line with what you're saying, that the bowlers get the ball and they have a look at it.
That's right.
So because they have to.
I think what he's saying is the bowlers would know there's a difference in the ball.
Yes, whether they knew it was being sandpaper
with the sandpaper or not is whatever. So that's why I don't think Bancroft will go ahead with it, mate.
All right, I want to ask you about this weekend, mate. The footy, of course. Collingwood up against Port, 16th versus 5th.
Yeah.
You'd be thinking Port are never good to get after a loss, and Collingwood are not motoring all that well.
No, and I interviewed Brett Montgomery, one of the defence coach at Port Adelaide after the game against the Bulldogs, and he said there'll be a little bit of extra spice in this one with Collingwood, with the prison bars and the whatever. Yep. So there's a bit of spice here. Don't write Collingwood off. They're still not a bad side to me.
Yep.
They're still not a bad team.
Do you reckon there's always that take the mickey out? We see that a lot in sport. There's one going around this week with Sydney Swans getting ready to play Port Adelaide, and they've got the red jumper on with the prison bars on it. Yeah. It doesn't take long for people to come out.
That's right. Because their song...
What would the reaction be, though, if Sydney turned up in that jumper?
Oh, dear.
Who would go off? Would Port go off, or would Collingwood go off more?
It's a red and white one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think anyone would. don't think anyone would go off at it, mate. You know?
All right, Crows, mate, they play Melbourne. 9-0 Melbourne are at the moment. So there have been 10 teams since the AFL started that have started the season 9-0. Yeah. 4 of them went on to win a premiership, but 9 of the 10 that have started the season that way have gone to the prelim final. Yeah. So Melbourne aren't mentioning any, they don't want to hoodoo themselves.
Well, no, they're playing well though, mate.
Yeah, and the Crows, as we're saying at the moment, they'll get to half-time, then they look like they're running out of gas.
Yeah, they looked okay on the weekend for a little while.
I think they're doing pretty well. Yeah, I've seen some good improvement in them.
Oh, absolutely. There's no doubt there's improvement. There's no doubt.
It's not equating to wins yet, but it'll get there.
Yeah, I think Melbourne will win it and win it probably easily, but Adelaide will be nuisance value.
All right, now I'm getting the wind up, but I want to get this one off my chest because we've had a bit of a crack at some of the journos. So I don't know if you watch The Front Bar. It is my favourite show, mate. Those boys crack me up. So Sam Pang, the backroom boys, have gone into my mate Lukey Hodge and said that he could not pronounce Radaglia for Geelong. He was getting it wrong. So they're saying someone of Luke Hodge should be able to get this name right. Because he's halfway there, he gets it wrong. But then they come back out after Hodge's made the mistake. Now, you're talking about one of the legends of AFL footy. That's right. Sam Pango, I think, is one of the funniest blokes in TV at the moment.
Very funny man.
He goes, you would have thought Brad Hodge would have done a better job than that, wouldn't you? Brad Hodge, you'd think he'd do a better job. And he didn't mean to do it either. So Mickey's got him and caught him up on it. But I want to say to Sam, mate, if you're going to shoot Bambi, you need to come back and make sure you're saying Luke and not Brad. And it's a great show and you should watch it. Exactly. Hope you've enjoyed the show, everybody. We look forward to your company next week. Bye for now.